Record on Zoom. All right, so now we're recording, now we're live. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Creative Crypto Show. Zoom and or Facebook have unable to stream your webinar to Facebook. You should start over. All right, so that just popped up on Zoom, and now it's showing in Facebook that the live video has ended. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it literally just said it ended. Okay, so let me pause. Reason the live stream ends here in Facebook again, then I don't know what to tell you. Well, it's something with Zoom. It's something with Facebook. They've changed their entire process. So I don't know why it's not cooperating as normal. However, I'm gonna let me share my screen and see if that helps. Share screen. Oh, all right. Can you see my screen, Jessica?
Yes, I can see it now.
All right. So we're just going to pretend like we're live. I think we are. Unable to stream your webinar to Facebook, you need to restart streaming. So it looks like it's shut down again in Facebook. Let me hit the refresh just to see. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, the live videos are ending. They're live for like a minute or two, and then they're shutting down. So I'm not sure. This may be a complete bust of a recording today, but we're gonna do the market cap anyway because I do have it recording here on Zoom, I think. Yeah. I think it's recording. Yeah.
Yeah, I see the record. Well, now I don't. I did see the record thing, but now it's gone again. Oh, there it is. It's back.
Interesting. Okay, so we have some tech friends playing with this morning. So I have no idea what's going on. But anyway, I'm gonna do a quick. Let me set this timer so I can actually keep it quick. So I can keep an eye on how long I've been talking. So we'll just call this the first of the call. I have no idea why the live stream is not working in Facebook, so I'll just take this recording and just upload it as a normal video into Facebook, and then we can put that on YouTube as well. So anyway, before we dive into the crypto markets, we're going to talk about a couple of things today. So before we dive into that, good news as always. So Jessica, what's some good news from your end? What's going on?
I get to move next door to my brother. So although moving isn't fun, I'm excited about our new house and our new neighbors.
Nice. Very cool. My good news is I signed up for this one of the membership sites that I follow, somebody that I follow online, and kind of like his feedback and opinion and thought process on things. He's got a private subscription. I signed up for it a couple weeks ago, and then yesterday this came in the mail, which is it's a cool little box with a custom minted piece of silver. It's a silver eagle, and then also I just noticed that he sent me also 10 Theta tokens as well with a print wallet ID. So Theta is a cryptocurrency I wasn't familiar with prior to this, but just kind of an interesting. I've just researched it briefly, and it's from what I can gather from it. The premise of Theta is to kind of share in bandwidth type of transactions. I don't know. I've got to look more in terms of like what actually is. But it's kind of like the whole idea of people being able to share the data that they're not using. So like imagine it's easier to, like I grasp it better like thinking about like a cell phone, right? We all have these cell phone minutes that we pay for, or these packages where we're paying for minutes. You know, some of them are unlimited and they're just packaged things. But like imagine if you're paying for minutes and you didn't use all of your minutes, and you could easily share those minutes with other people and basically only pay for what you're using. It's kind of that concept, but rolling it out to a bigger a bigger, I don't want to say an audience, but a bigger idea behind it all. So anyway, that's the concept of Theta. One interesting fact about Theta, there is a lady named Michelle White Dove. She is, if you Google her, you'll see, I think, America's Best Psychic or America's Greatest Psychic. I forget what that brand is, but she's a psychic, and she was having a conversation with somebody, and Theta is one of the coins that came up from her prediction, saying that it's going to be one of the home run coins. Right now it's trading for around, well, we'll just look, we'll see what Theta is actually trading for, and then we'll get into the market. Theta token is, I think, about 10 cents. Okay, so 19 cents actually. So 19 cents in her conversation, the psychic, this one I'm talking about, she saw that this particular coin being in the thousands of dollars. So it could be a potential home run for those of you interested in, and it's you know, find value in those types of predictions. There you go. Again, not financial advice. It's just kind of me giving you my opinion, telling you the stuff that I'm doing, the stuff that I find interesting. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just check out the market, see what's going on in crypto world on a Monday. Weekends are usually kind of slow and uneventful. Not a lot of major news comes out on weekends. Not a lot of major jumps or, you know, pumps or dumps on the weekends. Usually there is a pullback though. Usually dips happen on the weekend. But again, not always the case. This is crypto, anything could happen. So let's just see what happened over this weekend. Last live stream, we were at 447 billion. Now we're at 433. So we did take a little dip there over the weekend. 24-hour volume, 24 billion, which is down from last time. It was 28 billion, but right, still within the normal, you know, the normal volume parameters. Number of cryptocurrencies, 1,614. That's 10 more than we had just last week. Bitcoin dominance is up just a little bit. It was 35.8. Now it's 36.7%. All right. So that's kind of what's going on there. If we look at the market just with a quick scroll down, look at this column right here, the 24-hour change, you'll see there's a lot of red. Not untypical for a Monday morning. If we look at the green, you see that there's about a dozen or so coins here that are in the green over the last 24 hours. All of the other ones of these 1,614, they're all in the red for the last 24 hours. So this is what we would call a red day. Everything is down. It's a good buying day. Look at the highest gainer was Bitcoin Dark, 29.6%. The biggest loser, not that big, less than 11%, Bitcoin Diamond. It's interesting, all these different versions of Bitcoin. I'm just kind of watching them, what they do. So several coins pulling back. Basic attention token down 8%. So now's a good time to buy some of these tokens that are your favorite. So that's kind of what's going on. If we look at the current price, Bitcoin setting at 9,300, Ethereum's at 728, EOS at 1793, Litecoin at 162. So that's what the market looks like for today. Let's bounce over, and because we were talking about, let's see, trading view. Let's just see what's going on with the dollar. We'll go BND, look at the bond market, see that chart. Not a lot of action still selling off in terms of the last, let's look at the last year, 6 months. This is gold, this is not the dollar. I was like, that's definitely not what the symbol looks like. Let's pull this up. So that's gold, that's not the dollar. This is a more accurate picture of what's going on with the dollar. So look at a year, a pretty steady decline of this good old dollar that we all trust in. So not a whole lot to say there. That's just something. It's a good thing to kind of pay attention to. And then also you'll see these random pull-ups. So let's go in like 5 days. Just look at it a little bit closer. So you see these massive dumps, and then you'll see these pullbacks, right? Like these surges up, and then oftentimes what you'll see immediately after that in the next few days is kind of a dump back down to the normal spot. So this is on a 6 month, over a year, like just steady decline. So again, I don't get too excited about pullbacks or pumps on that. Then we look at silver spot price. So we'd start looking at that live silver, 1657, 1647. So silver price is staying pretty steady. So again, that's just what's going on in the world. That's kind of where we stand on today, this Monday. As far as notable news, I did post a couple of articles in here in the group. So the first one is this one right here, Deutsche Bank. This is on Market Watch. Deutsche Bank shuts Houston office down, cuts around 70 jobs. This is just, I mean, this is one of probably a dozen articles like this. These guys are shutting down branches and departments and entire divisions, offices, like they're shutting down left and right. CEO, they've changed the CEO. A lot of the heads of this bank are either stepping down and or being replaced or just completely eliminated. So again, you know, not surprising news. We've been talking about this for quite a while, but just good to know, good to kind of keep an awareness on. You know, we don't get wrapped up in the negative stuff of this, but this bank is kind of the key bank that we need to watch. At the end of this month, they're going to be put on negative credit watch. And so that could mean a variety of different things leading up to, you know, around June, July, August era timeframe, leading up to a possible scenario kind of like what we experienced back in 2008 with the bank collapse and the bailouts and stuff like that. So there may be another attempted bailout, but just with factors the way that they are right now, it won't have the same effect. It won't be, there's going to be other things that still have to be dealt with that a bailout can't fix. And so this bank is just an interesting one to watch, because this bank has the largest derivative book of anybody in the entire world, I believe. And so what that means is a lot of people have their money dependent on this bank paying them back. You know, the derivatives that they've got, the ones that they own. And so it's just a big deal if this bank goes down. A lot of the other banks, many of the banks that we go into every day, and you know, the banks that we use personally, many of them are connected in a way to Deutsche Bank. And so the kind of progress that this bank is making, or the dominoes that are falling with this bank, is just good to keep an eye on, so that we kind of understand where they're at in the process. All right. So another article that I posted here is a link to good old Warren Buffett calling Bitcoin rat poison squared. You know, I like Warren as an old dude. He's made a whole bunch of money. I enjoy his books. He's shared everything that he's ever done in the world of investing. And so I have a lot of respect for Warren. He's in many ways a mentor of mine. However, that being said, came out multiple times already and said that he's not interested in cryptocurrency. He's not interested in learning about it. He does know nothing about it. Admittedly, that's what he said. You can find back in January, February of this year, and even in early last year, you can find articles and statements about what Warren Buffett thinks about Bitcoin. And he says, I don't know anything about it. Why would I invest in something that I don't know anything about? I have no plans of knowing anything about it or learning anything about this. And Charlie Munger, his long-term business partner, backs all of that stuff up, throwing his own spin on it, which is not surprising. Why would Warren Buffett, whose entire wealth has been made from the central banks, why would he want to be pulling out? Right? Bitcoin is a big threat to this type of investor, and so yeah, naturally he's not going to be excited about it. He's always talked trash. So it's no different. Hearing negative news coming from Warren Buffett's mouth is, in my opinion, no different than hearing negative news coming from somebody like Jamie Dimon's mouth. Jamie Dimon owns the largest banks in the world. Of course they don't like cryptocurrencies. Of course they're going to poo-poo on Bitcoin as every chance that they get. That's expected. So combine that with the fact that admittedly he is saying that he doesn't know anything about it. So when he comes out and says after that fact, it's crap and here's why would you listen? Because he's already said, I know nothing about it. I'm not going to learn anything about it. I think you should stay away. He doesn't see the value in there. And it's, even that is up for debate because, in a roundabout way, they are putting money into crypto. They are funding companies that are involved directly with crypto. And so he's kind of a mouthpiece, if you will. He has a lot of influence in the investor marketplace. Investors listen to him because why? He's made more money in the investing world than almost anybody else ever in the history of the planet. So why wouldn't that type of person be influential in this market? And so that's very well known. And so I don't think he'll ever come around to Bitcoin. I don't think Jamie Dimon will ever come around to Bitcoin or crypto because it's not in their best interest. It's not at all. So there's that. That article is in the group as well. And then the final article that I posted that we'll talk about is this site right here, bircoin.top, bircoin.top. Very weird site. I have no idea. Anyway, this is a site that is tracking Bitcoin in terms of what is the trajectory that Bitcoin has to follow in order to hit $1 million per Bitcoin by the end of 2020, like John McAfee says. He has a bet, many of you know this, that if Bitcoin is not at $1 million per Bitcoin by the year 2020, by the end of 2020, then he will cut off his man part and eat it on national television, which is pretty disgusting if you think about it. Nonetheless, it's a very bold and very bold prediction and bet. And so there's a lot of hype around it. There's a lot of talk around it. There's a lot of sites like this that are tracking the trajectory of Bitcoin, where it's got to be, and is Bitcoin above or below. So for this particular chart, the price of Bitcoin has to remain above this red trend line in order to be on track or not. And as we can see, for a period of time, it was below the trend line. It was not keeping up to the trajectory, but now we are right on schedule. And again, I've mentioned this in previous videos. We want Bitcoin to, and on all cryptos, to the slow and steady wins the race, right? We want to see this this type of growth that we've seen in the last month, not the type of growth that we saw in November or December, right? 300+% in a 2 or 3.5 week period. That's too much. There's going to be a massive pullback, right? And so that was part of a controlled operation. I don't think we'll see a pump and slam that big going forward, because kind of a lot of the, I'm going to say their assets were used in coordinating this slam, one of which being the sell-off of Mt. Gox's trustee Bitcoin, millions upon millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin being sold off. And so that's kind of what's, and then those, they don't have all of the cards on the table. And so it's going to be more difficult to pull something like this off in the future. Nonetheless, there's still things that can happen, coordinated attempts and efforts that can cause really fast gains, or really fast, just where the price falls off. So that's kind of what's going on. I'll wrap today's call up with that. This link is in there as well if you want to keep track of that particular bet and or chart. So there's that. Let me go ahead and stop sharing. The only thing that I would say, I want to kind of wrap it up with today, is Litecoin. Litecoin is a coin that I've been studying a lot more recently, and the more I learn about it, and the more I learn about the owner and the creator and the people behind it, the more I like it, to be honest with you. I feel like Litecoin is going to be, it's right up there with the potential of any other coin. It's right, I believe that it has probably the best shot out of all of them. If there were to be, and there's a good chance that this will happen, if we enter a place, we get to a place in the world where there is a single currency, I think Litecoin could potentially be that one currency. I think Litecoin will be the biggest one in terms of people using the most, right, for the data, paying for coffee with Litecoin. I think that will be a thing in the future where the masses are doing it. And there's a few reasons behind my thought process on that, one of which is just the fact that right now it's cheaper. And so as the mass adoption of crypto as a whole comes on board, people see they see their options of, oh, I can buy a part of a Bitcoin, or I can buy a whole Litecoin for cheaper. People just like owning, whole amounts of stuff. And so this is, and it's a number 3 coin. I mean, it's in the top 5 in terms of market cap. And as people see that, it's kind of an affordable, affordable coin that people can get into. So as the mainstream grows, as the entire crypto market cap as a whole increases, I think Litecoin's share is going to increase. So I think more money is going to go into Litecoin. I think it's set up and properly positioned to really be attractive for large money when large money starts coming in. So that's my just kind of opinion and thoughts. I'll expand on this a little bit further in future videos, but that's all I'll say for now. So you guys have a great Monday. Thanks for hanging out. Not sure what's going on with the live stream difficulties, but I'll try to get this video. If the recording works, I'll get this video downloaded and then put into the Facebook group, onto YouTube as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to join us in the group, then just click the link in the description. You can come over and join us in the group. That being said, we'll go ahead and wrap up. Thanks so much. Talk to you all soon. Have a great day.